One day, I suddenly had a lot of pain in my lower back. I thought it would subside in 2 or 3 weeks, but it didn't. I was already a patient at a large orthopedic clinic where my best physical therapists also work. They have specialists for any type of orthopedic issue. I chose to see a physiatrist since they work with the entire body. After taking x-rays that showed nothing, he suggested I go to physical therapy, which I gladly agreed to. I also asked for my physical therapist to be assigned to me. I was told, as many of you probably have been told, they don't do an MRI until you've done 6 weeks of physical therapy. Now, this particular doctor told me, in their experience, 90% of patients who come to them in pain have that pain resolved or eliminated after 6 weeks of physical therapy. And I believe that's what the insurance companies do anyway. So in that case, it also means the physical therapist has to guess what is really going on, as my PT did for my lower back, based on an evaluation, what movements caused me to have more pain, and what movements gave me a bit of relief. Well, after 6 weeks of PT, I was still in pain, and they scheduled the MRI. The results said I had foraminal stenosis at L4 and L5, which is the lower part of the spine. And foraminal means the stenosis, or constriction of the nerve, is coming out the side of the spine. So we kept at it with the physical therapy and also doing the exercises at home. The pain was nearly debilitating, however, interrupting my sleep, taking my breath away sometimes with the odd feeling of a bad electrical surge, and slowed down all activities I normally would do. Then along came my friend Dr. Shostak, who I've interviewed on this channel before. She sent me an article that was from a homeopathic magazine or journal intended for people who practice homeopathy. Now, when I opened the article file, I looked at the title and I thought, oh no, homeopathy? Ugh. Homeopathy, schmopeopathy. And I didn't read it. 2 weeks later, I saw Dr. Shostak at an event, and she asked me if I had read the article. I had to tell her I had not read the article, but I said it sheepishly, more like, not yet. I decided out of respect for her, I would print out the article and read it. Well, it was written by a medical doctor, MD, Dr. Debra Katchen, who, as an MD, also practiced homeopathy. She had several patients who had spinal stenosis due to bony growth inside their spines. Now, based on knowledge Dr. Katchen already had from studies on people with a variety of pain issues, she came up with a new protocol using 2 homeopathic products and tried it on her patients. The results were really miraculous, as the stories of the case studies she wrote about in her article attest. Her patients were pain-free after about 6 months of taking the homeopathic remedies as Dr. Katchen prescribed. Since the 2 homeopathic products were going to cost me only about $25, I figured I had nothing to lose. She wrote in her article exactly how to take each of the 2 products. Of course, I wondered if it would work for me, since my stenosis was foraminal, out the side of the spine, whereas Dr. Katchen's patients had the narrowing of the actual spinal column due to bony growth inside the spinal column. I discussed this with Dr. Shostak, and at the time she contacted Dr. Katchen, and they had a brief discussion. Dr. Katchen wasn't sure if her remedy would work for me or not, since my MRI wasn't completely clear whether my spine had bony growth or not. But again, I figured, why not try it? And I thought, most people around the world aren't aware of Dr. Katchen's protocol, nor of her article. And if it worked, I could make a video about my experience and make Dr. Katchen's article available for other people. Here is my pain timeline. I was 54 years old when the pain started in the middle of June 2014. By the time I went to the doctor and started physical therapy, it was late July. I had the MRI around early September, and I started Dr. Katchen's homeopathic treatment in October 2014. I first realized I was having less pain around March of 2015. And from there, every week or two, I realized the pain was less and less, meaning it was less intense and less often. And I was having more time of no pain. By the time I was completely out of pain, it was April or May 2015. As I create this video, it's July 2024. I'm 64 years old, and I still am pain-free. I posted a couple videos about my experience, and since then, many viewers have tried Dr. Katchen's protocol and have had great success, just like Dr. Katchen's patients and myself. And they've written comments saying they're happy and even surprised that they no longer have pain. So if the purpose of me being in pain means it led me to Dr. Katchen's article, An Inexpensive Solution to Spinal Stenosis, and to create a video that has helped many other people, then the pain I had was worth it. I'm helping my fellow man and woman. That said, what led me to create this video is more of a mean tweet type of comment from someone who goes by the YouTube name of John Berto. I'll put it on the screen. By the way, when you see a viewer's comment and their name is @user and a bunch of letters and numbers like they're anonymous, you can click on that name, @user with all the letters and numbers, which takes you to their channel, so to speak, their channel page, even if they don't post videos. And that page will tell you the actual name they use for YouTube. The name this guy goes by is John Berto. So let's take a look at what he wrote. And I quote, "No thanks, I just do not take any nut job supplements that are not even scientifically," by the way, I love the capital letters in this comment, "proven to really do anything. And they also are not even quality backed up by any reputable, super high quality laboratory certification authority, such as," here comes the yelling, "scientist approved and highly esteemed and respected GMP, good manufacture," no, he wrote manufacturing, oops, typo, "practices verified GMP, professionally verified third-party quality control tested products. I totally reject these flim-flam quasi-supplements being busked here." I had to look up the actual definition of busk. It means to entertain by dancing, singing, reciting, juggling, etc. on the street or in a public place. Or in Canada, it means to make a showy or noisy appeal. Lovely. Well, he can just keep on being in pain. The results speak for themselves. I placed the PDF file of Dr. Katchen's article on my website where you can download the PDF file to your device. The link to that page is in the description box below the video and in the first comment. Now, here is the thing. You must print out the article and read it with a pen and highlighter in your hot little hand, because so many people from my previous videos about how I reverse stenosis wrote comments which clearly showed me they had not carefully read the article in the PDF file I provided for you. I've now highlighted in yellow highlight in the article the most important text regarding the two products and how to prepare them and how to take them. But here's the thing. Since the article was published, the popular manufacturer of one of the products has changed the potency of their product. According to Dr. Katchen's protocol, you take 4 little tablets of the Kelp Fluor 6X, but Highlands changed the potency so that now you only take 1 tablet. The article link, the links to the products, and a note about the Kelp Fluor 6X is all in the description box and in the first comment. If you ask me questions that are already answered in Dr. Katchen's article or that I've already answered in this video, I won't respond. I just don't have the time available. So if I don't respond to you, please watch this video again and read Dr. Katchen's article again. Now, more in Dr. Katchen's article. I'm not an expert nor a practitioner in homeopathy. I can't answer your questions about how these things work. I only know that taking more isn't better, and I suggest that you stick with Dr. Katchen's exact protocol. Some viewers have freaked out because for one of the other products, Dr. Katchen tells you to dissolve 1 pellet of the Hecla lava in 6 ounces of water. That's 3/4 of a cup of water. and then taking 1 teaspoon of the liquid 2 times a day. I don't know how it works. It just does. Find a homeopathic practitioner to explain it to you. I use a glass mason jar. I put 6 ounces of filtered water into it. I drop in 1 pellet and put the lid on the jar. And I put it in the refrigerator. I'm just following Dr. Katchen's protocol instructions, which are in her article. Now, here's another thing some viewers have freaked out about. There is a sidebar of text in the article. That sidebar text wasn't written by Dr. Katchen. When I first read it, I didn't freak out. I knew the staff of the journal wrote it. I just skipped over it. But several viewers have freaked out and written freaky comments. Please stop with the freaky freak out comments. Dr. Katchen has been retired for some time now, so if you look her up, you won't find her. At the time I took her protocol in 2014, she was living in Western Illinois. Then she lived in Canada for a while. But since we can't find her now and she would be in her 70s, we believe she is retired. More recently, I worked remotely with a homeopathic practitioner to help my puppy stop getting car sick. There are nearly 30 different homeopathic remedies for motion sickness, and the order in which you try them depends on a number of other factors. The woman I work with said she's helped many people stop having car sickness, including a 6-year-old boy who got sick no matter what type of vehicle he rode in, including a school bus. And once they found the remedy that worked for him, the child didn't have to keep taking it. That's one of the amazing things I'm learning about homeopathy. In many cases, you don't have to keep taking it once the symptoms stop. But that also depends on the problem, the solution, and the person. Make sure to open the description box or first comment to get all of the links. Now, people have asked me what exercises I did for my lower back foraminal stenosis and all about my diet. I have several videos about both topics listed and linked in the description box as well. Or tap one of the images on the right side of your screen, and I'll see you in the next video.